and understanding. Hello? Yes. Research is in one way collecting and understanding information and finding answers to question. In research, the basic thing is to collect information and to find answers to questions. Research is a way of thinking, and in this process, we should decide how to collect an answer for a question. So, finding uh, the answer to a question which has already been evident in the hypothesis. As you know, what research question we want to find answer to, that is almost given in the hypothesis. In hypothesis, you can get an idea about the problem also. Research problems are stated in the form of hypothesis. And now, in this process, we know the problem of a research. We know the question in a research. And how can you solve the question? As you know, there are several ways of collecting and understanding information and finding answers to questions. Research is one way. There are so many ways, and research is one of those ways. And in research, we have mainly two things. First thing, what research question we want to find answer to. And secondly, how to go about finding their answer. So what you are going to answer, what the question is and what you are going to answer. And second, how to go about finding answer, how to proceed to get the answer. The main function of research design is to explain how we will find answers to the research question, and for any investigation, we should always select the right appropriate research design, because unless we get the appropriate design, we cannot reach the answer. So there are different types of designs, and here we will discuss about such designs. As we know, the research design is a plan, structure, and a strategy of investigation. So here, actually, we are trying to obtain answers to research question and not to control variance. The design, the purpose is twofold. One is to obtain answer to the question, and second, to control variance. And the variance actually indicates the error factor. If the answer is having variance, changing, variance, change, the variance has to be controlled. This means the error factor to be controlled. So now, the function of research design. Now I come to the topic. The function of a research design. The function here, 1.3. The function is number 1, to provide answer to research question. Number 2, to enable the researcher to answer the question as valid, accurate, and economic. The answer must be valid, the answer must be accurate, the answer must be economic. Here, the design, as I have told you, has two basic purposes. According to Curlinger, design has two basic purposes. The first purpose is to provide answer to the question, and the second purpose is to control variance. And the variance factor, I have told you, the error factor. So now see, the main function of research. You can come to the italic lines. The main function of research design is to control variance. It is true, we are giving the answers to the question, but the most important thing is to control variance. And as you know, The variance when you is controlled by a mechanism called max-min-con principle. That is, maximize three things: maximize systematic variance, control extraneous variance, and minimize error variance. Eight of मन रखो. So that the purpose is to control variance, and here we are having three things about variance. One is maximizing systematic variance. Systematic variance means the variance we expect. And next is control extraneous variance. Extraneous variance means there are external factors or extraneous factors or extraneous variables. I have told you in the last class, independent variable, dependent variable, and extraneous variables. And these extraneous variables, they have the effects, and to control that effect. And third is minimize error variance. The individuals, they are having also, there are organismic problems, organic factors. So they are having their own variations. That is within the individuals. They are also having some differences. That is also an error. So that also has to be minimized. So here the individuals in the groups, they are having their errors in their intra-organismic errors like that, or any errors they have accrued, or any difference they have accrued earlier, that has to be also controlled. So now see extraneous variance and the error variance, they have to be controlled. But the first one, systematic variance, that is to be maximized. That has to be increased. Now I am telling you what is systematic variance. Suppose you are giving one independent variable to see the effect of the independent variable on dependent variable, or to see you are manipulating independent variable to see the effect of independent variable on the result. So now see, I have given you an example about this manure, cow dung, and chemicals you are giving to get more vegetables. So now see here, the independent variable is manure. It may be, there are two independent variables here. One is cow dung, other is manure, chemicals. And the control condition is without any chemical, without any manure, only water. I have told you. So here you are manipulating the manure. You increase it or decrease it to see its effect more and more on the vegetables. So now by manipulating the independent variable, we are expecting the change in result. That is systematic variance. The change in result is systematic variance. That we are expecting. The more change is seen, we can say that the independent variable has more effect or is very effective. So now the variance is change, and the more change we want through independent variable, that is systematic variance. But here the extraneous variance, that is, for example, somebody is doing some experiment. For example, suppose you are having, we are applying manure, and here there are extraneous variables affecting. This may be insect, this may be rain, this may be cyclone, or this may be something else. So we want to control it as far as possible. There are some occasions we cannot control, but we are always trying to control the extraneous variable. For example, we are going to produce vegetables, doing the experiment of applying manure. There is an external variable. Vegetables are there. The uh, some animals, they can come and eat the vegetables. It may be destroyed also. That you have to be controlled. That you have to be prevented. That is controlling external variable. So now see another thing here. That is controlling extraneous variable. Controlling the changes caused by external factors, or controlling the variation in result caused by variables which are not desirable. And thirdly, other variable which you want to minimize. For example, both the feeds are given, suppose one is being given cow dung, other is being given chemicals. Suppose before you apply chemicals or cow dung, the plots, either both the plots, they were different by themselves. One was a better soil, otherwise not one is a hard soil, other is soft soil earlier. So in that case, the plot itself has some difference, which may affect also the production, and that is the error. So that has to be minimized. This means before you apply manure, you see both the plots, both the soil in both the plots are same, similar, or having no such inherent differences. So there are this is two differences. One is extraneous variable to be controlled, and also the internal differences have to be minimized. Therefore, we say minimize error variance and control extraneous variance. So now, are you able to follow? Somadatto?
Yes, sir.
আরে বুঝছো কেন ସବୁ ମତେ କହ ଠିକ କରି ଏଟା ବେସିକ ଜିନିଷ ତୁମେ ଯଦି କିଏ ବୁଝୁନ କହିଦିଅ କାରଣ ବେସିକ ଫଣ୍ଡାମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ଜିନିଷଟାକ ତୁମର ହଉଛି ଆଉ ଥରେ କହିଦେଉଛି ଗୋଟେ ଏକ୍ସପେରିମେଣ୍ଟ କରିବା ବେଳେ ତମେ ଚାହ କରିବା ପର୍ପସ ହଉଛି ଟୁ ମ୍ୟାନିପୁଲେଟ ଇଣ୍ଡିପେଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ ଭେରିଏବୁଲ ଟୁ ସି ଦି ଏଫେକ୍ଟ ଅଫ ଇଣ୍ଡିପେଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ ଭେରିଏବୁଲ ଅନ୍ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ ଭେରିଏବୁଲ ତେଣୁ ତୁମର ଯେଉଁ ମ୍ୟାନିପୁଲେସନ କରୁଛ এটা ভালরে করিবা কথা মানে ইজিলি করিব বা কমফর্টলি করিব বা সুবিধারে করিব যেমতি কি এফেক্ট বহুত জনা পড়িব সো দ্যাট ইজ কল্ড সিস্টেম্যাটিক variance. So by manipulating independent variable, you are expecting change in result. That expectation of change, that variance is systematic. But the result should be only changing when you change independent variable. But any change other than independent variable, which is caused by extraneous variable or by the inherent factor, are not desirable. So you have to control it. You have to minimize it. So now, if you are just here, you are getting three types of variance. One is systematic variance, one is extraneous variance, other is the error variance. Clear? So now, basic terminology in the research. So first of all, you are having three terms very important. One is factor, second is the label, third is treatment. The independent variable is called the factor. Suppose you are going to apply manure in the for having more production of vegetable. So this manure is the independent variable, is a factor. We are having two type of manures, one is cow dung, other is chemical. So two factors are here. So factors are the independent variables to which you are manipulating. And the label. So the label or the labels are here. Also you are having two types of labels. So an independent variable has at least two labels. Suppose you are giving a reward on learning. You are showing the reward on learning. So now I want to see whether the reward is encouraging learning or not encouraging learning. So the reward is having two levels, either reward or no reward. So here two levels. When you apply independent variable, when you apply reward, either you apply independent variable, you give reward or no reward. So that label, or even less reward, more reward. The label, the amount. And thirdly, treatment. Treatment refers to the particular experimental conditions that you are putting the individuals under some conditions. Suppose you are going to observe the reading efficiency under very under dim light or moderate light or very radiant light. So the three conditions. So the conditions are treatment. So treatments are conditions. So the experimental condition are treatment. So these are like three things here: factors, labels, and treatment, which are commonly known in the or were the common terms in our research. And now we come to this design. Research design are of many types. So now we come to single factor design. When there is one independent variable or one factor is there, we call it single factor design. The single factor design is involving two main, actually it has three designs in between, but actually we mainly treat this one single factor design or one factor design in two ways. One is between group design and other is within group design. Between and within. So the between group design, so here actually the design we are having in one factor are two designs. One is between group design, other is within group design. So between group design means between always indicates the treatment conditions. And here the subjects are assigned to different treatment conditions. And here this assignment can be in two ways, which is two randomized group design and multi-group design. In two randomized group design, we randomly assign subjects in two groups. For example, we want to test on the students in an urban area, and we choose randomly, or we select 100 students in a city randomly. Later again, from the 100, we randomly divide 52 groups, 50-50. And then to these two groups, 50-50, we assign a test to see whether there are any difference or not. So now this way we find a randomized group design, and two, because two groups are there randomly. So randomized group design means the group designed randomly. We take the entire sample 100 randomly. Again, for sample we divide into two groups. That also we would do randomly. And randomness indicates all the members in the group, they are having equal opportunity to be selected. So through randomness, the bias is minimized. There is no bias. So here, this randomized design, when you use two groups and select randomly, then it is called two randomized group design. And when we design more than two groups, that is called a multi-group design. more than two groups randomized design or multi-group design. For example, suppose we want to know the effect of reward. So the reward given at each performance, or reward given in the alternative performance, or reward given at the end of the performance. Three types of three conditions. So in these three conditions, we choose 10, 10, 10 to each condition, to each group randomly. Then this will be a multi-group design, because here we are taking the students. Suppose you are taking 60 students randomly. From those 60, we choose 20 in group 1 who are giving reward in each trial. In another 20 who are giving reward in alternative trial. In another 20 who are giving reinforcement or reward at the end of the trials. So we can now see in which condition the performance is more. So here the three groups are randomly chosen and randomly treated, and randomly they are applied with a independent variable, that is reward. So this is called multi-group design or randomized design with more than two. So now this is one design called randomized design or randomized group design, which is between group design, because they are given conditions or we are experimenting them with different treatments and we are selecting them randomly. So it is called between, it is a between group design. So between this condition, this treatment, that treatment. So therefore it is between group design. And also sometimes we can, without taking randomly, we can having another type of design here in between group design, that is matched group design. So here we are having randomness, but we are choosing the individuals, not as such as we are doing here in this randomized group design. Here we are treating or selecting students on whom you will do the experiment through matching. Matching means, so we can match by pairs, we can match by in terms of mean. Suppose जोड़े ग्रुप रो mean समान, तो से ग्रुप जोड़े दिटा ग्रुप नहीं गिरे हमें करिबा experiment matching or matching by pairs, or you can say suppose हमें करचु जोड़े ग्रुप नौचु जोड़े पिला जोड़े ग्रुप का सुन नबा जो माने जंगर इक्वल नंबर थिबो मार्क्स थिबो से माने को ग्रुप नबा गोटे ग्रुप नबा से ग्रुप रे इक्वल नंबर जो से आउट नबा ये मैचिंग ग्रुप. तो ये मैचिंग नहीं करी हमें इंडिविजुअल और स्टूडेंट्स और सब्जेक्ट्स, they are matched in their performance. तांको पर काम करिया हमें. When you select the subjects or individuals for the experiment, we select through matching. Then also, and you select them through matching, and you then put experiment or research on them. Then it can call as a matched group design, and the matching can be done on their performance, or the matching can be done on other factors like their names, by their qualification, or by their ranks. So you can match in any way. So by matching the subjects, you can choose and then you can apply the independent variable. So it is called the matched group design. So now you see we are having this randomized design, two randomized design, and we are having multi-group design, and we are having matched group design. So these are all designs we are using in between group design, where we are testing the effect of treatment or effect of experimental conditions on the subjects or on the groups. So now we can come to another design called within group design. So here this within group design. Now see, suppose you are giving an example has been given here. You can read the within subject design is also known as repeated method design, because the same individual is treated differently at different times and you compare their scores. So now see, earlier in between design we were studying on individuals by giving one treatment, but here the same individual is repeated in different conditions. So now the investigator select 3 colors. Suppose we are making an experiment using 3 colors, red, green, yellow, and we are selecting 10 subjects for the experiment. After exposing the 10 subjects to different colors, their reaction time is noted and compared. So now see, the 10 subjects, they are treated for one color, they are again treated for the next color, again treated for this third color, first red, then green, then yellow, then these conditions, they are the same subjects are repeated. And here we are getting this within subject design. And this within subject design is further divided into 2 categories. Number 1, 2 conditions within subject design and multi conditions within subject design. So in the 2 conditions for the design, there are, this design is the same subjects are repeated in condition 1 and condition 2. Suppose they are exposed 10 subjects are exposed to red color and green color, and we are observing where the performance is more or in which color they are doing more. That is here, it is 2 conditions within design. Suppose there are 3 colors or more, we will say it is multiple condition design. So this within design, within subject design, this means the subjects are repeated and their errors are through repetition are being minimized, and there the between design the treatments are repeated but your subjects are repeated. So it's within design and between design. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Nobody is saying not clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And don't say me yes if I not really followed it. You can tell me, I will be again saying it will be difficult. I know unless you concentrate clearly, I mean, without your concentration you can't understand. Again I'm simplifying. तुमେ ଯଦି ଚାହୁଁଛ ମୁଁ ତ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ କହୁଛି, ଆଚ୍ଛା ଏଭରିବଡି ଇଜ କମ୍ଫର୍ଟେବଲ ଟୁ ଓଡ଼ିଆ?
Yes, sir.
ନା କିଏ ବୁଝିପାରୁନ? ମୁଁ ଓଡ଼ିଆ କହିବି ଭଲ ବୁଝିପାରିବ। କ୍ଲିୟର? ଆଚ୍ଛା ଦେଖ, ମନେକର ତୁମେ ଚାହୁଁଛ ଗୋଟେ ଷ୍ଟଡି କରିବା ପାଇଁ, ତୁମେ ଗୋଟେ ଗ୍ରୁପ ନେଲ, ସପୋଜ ତୁମେ ଗୋଟେ ସ୍କୁଲକୁ ଗଲ, ତୁମେ 30ଟି ପିଲା ପାଇଲ, ଗୋଟେ କ୍ଲାସରେ 60 ଅଛନ୍ତି ପିଲା, ତୁମେ 30ଟି ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ଚୁଜ୍ କଲ ରାଣ୍ଡମଲି, 60ଟି ପିଲାଙ୍କର ନାଁ ନେଇଗଲ, ନେଇକିରି ଗୋଟେ କାଗଜ ଲେଖିଦେଲ, ଗୋଟେ ପିଲାକୁ ଗୋଳେଇ ଦେଲ କାଗଜଟାକୁ, ଗୋଟେ ଲଟେରୀ ସିଷ୍ଟମ ଭଳିଆ ଗୋଟେ ଲୋକକୁ କହିଲ, ଗୋଟେ ପିଲା କହିଲ 30ଟା କାଗଜ ଉଠେଇଦେଲା ସିଏ, ଏଇଟା ରାଣ୍ଡମ ସାମ୍ପଲିଂ, କାହିଁକି ବାୟସ୍ ନାହିଁ, ଅଲ୍ 60 ହାଭ୍ ପସିବିଲିଟି ଟୁ ବି ଇନକ୍ଲୁଡେଡ୍, କିନ୍ତୁ ସେ ବାଛିଲା ବେଳକୁ 30 ବଛା ହେଲା, ଯିଏ ଆସିଲେ ରାଣ୍ଡମଲି ହେଲା ଗୋଟେ। ଏଇ 30ରୁ ପୁଣି 3ଟା ଗ୍ରୁପ କଲ, ତାକୁ ପୁଣି ରାଣ୍ଡମଲି 10 ବାଛିଲ। ଶୁଣ, ପ୍ରଥମେ ରାଣ୍ଡମ ନେଲ 30, ପୁଣି ରାଣ୍ଡମଲି ଆହୁରି ପୁଣି ସବୁ ଗ୍ରୁପ କଲ 10 ରାଣ୍ଡମଲି, ଇଏ ହେଲା ରାଣ୍ଡମାଇଜେସନ। এই 10টা গ্রুপ যদি 10 3টা গ্রুপ নেল, যদি 10 ଯୋଡ଼େ গ্রুপ নেব তাহলে এটা হব 2 গ্রুপ রান্ডমাইজেসন বা 2 রান্ডমাইজেসন গ্রুপ ডিজাইন। ଆଉ ସେଇ ଯୋଡ଼େ ଗ୍ରୁପ ନେଇକିରି ତମେ ତାକୁ ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ ଟ୍ରିଟମେଣ୍ଟ ଏଫେକ୍ଟ ବାଛିଲ, ତା ସି ହେଲା ବିଟୱିନ୍ ଗ୍ରୁପ डिजाइन ଯଦି ତିନିଟା ଗ୍ରୁପ ନେଇଗଲ ଏଇଟା ହେଲା ମଲ୍ଟିପୁଲ বা ମଲ୍ଟି ଗ୍ରୁପ डिजाइन मोर देन 2 अच्छा ତିନିଟା ହେଇଗଲା ମଲ୍ଟି ଗ୍ରୁପ डिजाइन तापर जो गोटे जन गोटे एफेक्ट जो बाछिल गोटे ट्रिटमेंट एफेक्ट टेस्ट कल सेटा हूँ बिटवीन ग्रुप डिजाइन किंतु ये रैंडम ऑल आर रैंडम किंतु एठी हूँ विदिन ग्रुप रे कौन ना सीटी 30टा पिला नौच 3टा ग्रुप करी एठी से 10 ग्रुप गोटे पिला को नेल 3टा अलग कंडीशन टेस्ट कल दि सब्जेक्ट्स आर रिपीटेड এটা উইদিন গ্রুপ ডিজাইন বা উইদিন সবজেক্ট ডিজাইন তাଙ୍କୁ সেটি ট্রিটমেন্ট রহলা অলগা এটি এটি ট্রিটমেন্ট হল অলগা কিন্তু পিলা রিপিটেড হলে এটি পিলাମାନେ অলগা হয়ে ট্রিটমেন্ট রহলা একা বুঝলেন না বর্তমান তেমন সেটা এটা বিটুইন গ্রুপ বিটুইন ডিজাইন হোয়ার বিটুইন ট্রিটমেন্টস
सर विदिन सब्जेक्ट डिजाइन रे इंडिविजुअल वन ना
इंडिविजुअल वन नुहे तुम 10टा नहीं माने सेम इंडिविजुअल रिपीटेड मन कर 10टा पिला
सेम ग्रुप रिपीटेड
से जो गोटे ग्रुप नौ से ग्रुप रो सेम पिला से भी रिपीट होची 10टा नहीं गोटे ग्रुप रे 10 जन को 10टा का पिला रिपीट होचंती किमिति ना 10टा पिला नहीं तुम चाहो स्टडी करूच को लाइट रे पिला भल पढ़ी पारिबे डिम लाइट रे ना मॉडरेट लाइट रे कि ना तुम आमर इलेक्ट्रिक लाइट रे कि मून लाइट रे कि आमर सन लाइट रे नहीं पार्छ तो से 10टा पिला 3टा लेवल रे एक्सपोज हेले एवं तांकर रिजल्ट काढी देखिबो डिफरेंस होउछ कि नहीं एटा विदिन ग्रुप बुझल नहीं से पिला दे रिपीटेड सो लिखी आगे देख इज कॉल्ड रिपीटेड मेथड डिजाइन because the same individual is treated differently at different times. The same individual is treated in different colors. बुझो कि नहीं? So it is now within design. सी गला तुम्हारा between design. ए within और between ए दीटा भीतर जो एरर थाए से एरर टाकू मिसी गले हमें कहू टोटल एरर बा तुमर ए जो भारियांस हम जो विदिन भारियांस बिटवीन भारियांस तमे एथरे ए डिजाइन में लोकेट करू हमरो हियर एक्चुअली वी वांट टू कंट्रोल द variance in two way, that is through order effect and sequence effect. Again you can come to the next page, you can see controlling for order and sequence effects in within subject design. Page 12 table तल को देखो. Are you getting? So now see, so the controlling of the variance we are having, the controlling we are doing in two way, order and sequence effect. देखो এটা লিখেছি in the within subject experiment, the subject experience more than one experiment condition, the possibility exists that order effect and sequence effect that may influence the result of repeated testing. आमे रिपीट कले टेस्टिंग टाकू कौन होची प्रॉब्लम कौन होची ना एक रे आमर होची जने ताकू मनकर मु कहूची मनकर हेवी वेट लाइट वेट और यू सी मु कहूँ देख तमे गोटे भोज की जाइछ भोज तुमको खाया दिखाई बेक रसगोला पुणी दिखाई राबिड़ी जोड़े प्रकार स्वीट्स बेक रसगोला राबिड़ी तुम्हें आग खाईदेल बेक रसगोला तापर खाइब राबिड़ी राबिड़ी दिन मिठा लगे कथा लगे कि लगभग तुम आग गोटे भल बेसी मिठा खाईदब नेक्स्ट खाइले कि गोटे मिठा खाइला गोटे रसगोला खाइला चाह पीब चाह मिठा लगे क्यों तो सी कहे यहाँ हूँ कौन ना तुम्हें जो क्या क्या दौच केते समय गैप देकी दौच सेगुड़ाक भी तुम क्रिएट करे एफेक्ट करे एरर क्रिएट करे तो जो ऑर्डर आउ सीक्वेंस से भी तुम गोटे तुम बायस तुम एरर क्रिएट करती तेणु व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू डू रिसर्च यू शुड सी दैट देयर शुड बी नो ऑर्डर बायस, नो ऑर्डर इफेक्ट, नो सीक्वेंस इफेक्ट, then only you can get the result accurately. So here we are having a technique called counterbalancing technique where you change this technique. ওটা বুঝছো কি নাই? କେହି କହୁନ ମାନେ ବୁଝିପାରୁନ। ତୁମର ଯୋଉ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ଆମେ ଯୋଉ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲେନ୍ କରୁଛୁ ଗୋଟେ ଲୋକକୁ तीनटा कंडीशन देलु कि जोड़े कंडीशन देलु उदिन ग्रुपटा गोटे ग्रुप को रिपीट करूछु से ग्रुप रे मंगल तीनटा अछन पिला तीनटा पिला को दउछु तीन प्रकार टेस्ट दउछु कि जोड़े पर टेस्ट दउछु हम चाहूँ कहया पई जे को लाइट रे से भल पढ़ी पारिबो मून लाइट कि हमर घर इलेक्ट्रिक बल्ब रे तो मून लाइट रे आगे पढ़े गिरी कब इलेक्ट्रिक पढ़ तेणु ता देखिए जे परसेप्शन तार जो मून लाइट पर आसी पढ़ निश्चय किसी एफेक्ट मून लाइट एफेक्ट पड़ो बा तुम यदि देख बेले घर बाहर आसले घर भर को आखिक देखा जाए कि कारण आमर गोटे एफेक्ट थाए गोटे आगर इनहेरेंट एफेक्ट से कौन सिक्वेन्स के समय पर देखा सब तेणु टाइम दरकार ये टाइम फैक्टर तेणु तुम्हें जो गोटे पर गोटे दौच टेस्ट कर कंडीशन तेणु से कंडीशन एफेक्ट भी काम करे तेणु तुम्हें से एफेक्ट जो काम करे तापर तुम्हें एक्जाक्ट जो एफेक्ट एक्जाक्ट जो आम चाहूँ जानापी एफेक्ट इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल एफेक्ट पाई मिक्सअप हो एरर मिक्स हो मनकर मुझे कहबी जे आज ये चाटा तुम भल कि नहीं तुम चाटा को भल लगे तुमको जब तुम चाटा खाली खाइब जब मीठा खाला पर चाह खाइब कौ चाह भल लगुनि कह राबिड़ी आ रसगोला भितर तुम दीटा दिया कह राबिड़ी भल लगे तुम रसगोला खाई राबिड़ी खाइब कह ना राबिड़ा मीठा कमी जाइए तेणु युवा सब हूँ जो ये जो व्हेन आर प्रेजेंटिंग the conditions if there is sequence if the sequence is there after this you are giving this then there may be some effect the order and sequence they have effect जहाँ फल कि तुम truth in the experiment will be erroneous but truth will be covered by bias এটা দেখুছে controlled by order and sequence effect তারপরে এটি লস আসছে পুনি comparison between group and within group design within subject design in within subject design each subject in experiment receives a number of treatments or condition whereas in between subject design the subject receives only one treatment. I have told you in between design one treatment given to different groups and here in within subjects the same group is given different treatments and here in within subject design the experimenter repeats and measures on the same group and this increases the precision of the experiment by eliminating inter-subject differences as a source of error. आमर within subject रे आमर रिपीट करे फल कौन होची and within source error तार जो error रही से error टा धीरे धीरे eliminate हो जाए तेणु आमर ऑटोमेटिकली थ्रू रिपीटिशन वी आर हैविंग एन एडवांटेज नेक्स्ट होची कोन ना आमर बिटवीन ग्रुप डिजाइन और विदिन डिजाइन द डिपेंड्स ऑन एक्सटर्नल सिचुएशन व्हेन देयर आर चांसेस ऑफ प्रैक्टिस और कैरी ओवर इफेक्ट ऑफ वन ट्रीटमेंट टू सब्सिक्वेंट टास्क द बिटवीन ग्रुप डिजाइन शुड बी प्रिफर्ड कारण ये जो कैरी ओवर इफेक्ट बेसी हुए तुम कौन विदिन रे तेणु बिटवीन ग्रुप टाइट डिजाइन प्रिफर करूँ आम करने when we have small number of subjects then we should prefer within subject design number of subject बेसी गले तुम्हारा ट्रीटमेंट बिटवीन ग्रुप रे प्रॉब्लम हम एरर भाई पारे तेणु स्मॉल तेणु तुम जो सॉरी तुम बेसी गले तुम विदिन ग्रुप रे बेसी प्रॉब्लम पारे कारण बेसी लोक गले तार बेसी वेरिएंस हम तेणु व्हेन देयर इज स्मॉल नंबर इज स्मॉल then we should prefer within design. Base number we can go for between design. Kintu small hele better hochi within design. So तुम्हारा ये between design और within design, which comes in a single factor design. ना कौन सी one factor analysis. से इतने एज दा थाए between factor within factor एवं इधर difference एवं हमें within design between design know so that we can minimize the error or minimize the variance. So now we can come to, I think, are you able to understand this? ये बुझ पाते नहीं?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
सुनो पिलाने यदि बुझी न पारसत मैं माने I am sorry because मुझे टाइम नहीं किंतु ये laboratory गोटे I mean गोटे blackboard थे तुमको clearly बुझे ही था ये सब उड़ा को भारी कष्ट पाठ उड़ा offline क्लास दरकार तो मते पढ़िबो एति बुझिबो एति आ मोर टेक्निकल गुटी बुझि पन मु कहि दी परिबी किंतु हमरो इथरे इग्नोर एक्चुअली मेन तुम यदि पढ़ी के आसान सब ताले इजिली धरि पारंतो आ एमती तुम यदि न बुझी पारिबो कोठी यदि ताकू तुम तापर यदि फोकस करि जिवो आ पछे बुझि पारिबो किछि पछरे एति पई आउरी पुनी कोर्स अछि पढिया पे ना एनीवे तुमको मु कहली सिंगल फैक्टर डिजाइन जोटी गोटे फैक्टर गोटे इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल काम करूछि one independent variable. Now we are going to factorial design. आमर जो रिसर्च होउछि तुम जो करिवो सब प्रोजेक्ट करिवो बा जो रिसर्च करिवो इते तुमर जो प्रोजेक्ट कला बेले तुम नबो डिजाइन आइदर सिंगल वन फैक्टर डिजाइन और फैक्torial डिजाइन जो एनालिसिस वेरिएंस करछो वन वे एनालिसिस वेरिएंस और टू वे एनालिसिस वेरिएंस तुम एनालिसिस पढिथो सब तुम्हें एफ टेस्ट एनालिसिस वेरिएंस टेस्ट पढ़ी ये जो एनालिसिस वेरिएंस टेस्ट करा जाए ये वन वे टू वे थाए तेणु आमर यहाँ गोटे फैक्torial डिजाइन ये फैक्torial डिजाइन रे आमर गोटे टू वे डिजाइन टाइप रो तुमर जोड़े वेरिएबल नहीं जोड़े इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल नहीं मतलब गोटे इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल नहीं सिंगल फैक्टर डिजाइन तो जोड़े इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल नहीं तीन टा फैक्टर तीन टा नहीं तो अधिका नहीं थी कहे फैक्torial डिजाइन आम जोड़े ने कहू 2x2 डिजाइन जोड़े फैक्टर नहीं मन कर तो नहीं गोटे जेंडर आ गोटे टाइप ऑफ लाइट और अमाउंट ऑफ लाइट सो यार जेंडर हो पारे कौन मेल फीमेल इे लाइट हो पारे डिम लाइट रेडिएंट लाइट जोड़े लेवल हो पारे 2x2 फैक्torial डिजाइन सो फैक्टर हूँ कौन जोड़े इंडिपेंडेंट फैक्टर नहीं लाइट नौ इे जेंडर नौ सेक्स इफेक्ट इे लाइट इफेक्ट ये जोड़े इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल ये जो सेक्स इफेक्ट ऑन लर्निंग लाइट इफेक्ट ऑन लर्निंग तेणु दीटा जो इंडिपेंडेंट रोचे आम कौन करूँ ना दीटा फैक्टर दीटा इफेक्ट जानापी आम जो एक्सपेरिमेंट करूँ रिसर्च करूँ फैक्torial डिजाइन किंतु प्रोब्लेम हो कौन जोड़े फैक्टर नेला बेले 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 ये दीटा फैक्टर जो लगी जाए दे आर इंटरलिंक्ड से फैक्टर दीटा को दे मे बी कंपाउंडिंग आगुरी दे मे बी इंटररिलेटेड फॉर एग्जांपल हाइट एंड वेट माने सपोज somebody is performing sports running दौड़ुच तुम्हारा दौड़ला बेले चाहूँ जे which one is affecting on your running performance बॉडी हाइट ना बॉडी वेट तुम जोड़े भारी इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल गोटे हिट गोटे ने हाइट उपर स्टडी कर गोटे बॉडी वेट उपर तेणु जोड़े प्रकार वेरिएबल इफेक्ट ऑन रनिंग स्पीड जार बहुत ओजन मे नॉट रन स्पीडली जार
सर वन थिंग
हाँ
सर जेतला हम एनवायरमेंटल अवेयरनेस ऊपर करूचे सेठी हम देखुचे जे सेक्स टा गोटे इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल होला आ गोटे स्ट्रीम टा गोटे इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल होला
ଆଉ ଥରେ କହିଲ କୋଉଟା କଣ?
सर सपोज आम
ହଁ ବୁଝିଲ
एनवायरमेंटल
ହଁ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର କଣ?
एनवायरमेंटल अवेयरनेस ऊपर जदि आम किछि स्टडी करूचे सेतेबेले आम सर सेक्स गोटे बॉयज और गर्ल्स को ऊपर गोटे
ହଁ ବୁଝିଲି ହଁ
वेरिएबल होछु आ
ହଁ
गोटे होछि स्ट्रीम साइंस और आर्ट्स पिलांकर भितरे को मानकर एनवायरमेंटल अवेयरनेस ऊपर अधिक इ अछि दैट इज द
ମାନେ
टू
ଗୋଟେ ହେଲା
फैक्टोरियल डिजाइन
ଏଇଟା ଟୁ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଡିଜାଇନ, ଏଇଟା ଟୁ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଡିଜାଇନ। ତମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ କରୁଛ ଗୋଟେ ହଉଛି ଜେଣ୍ଡର ଏଫେକ୍ଟ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ହଉଛି
और स्ट्रीम इफेक्ट
ଷ୍ଟ୍ରିମ୍ ଏଫେକ୍ଟ। ତମେ ଦେଖୁନ ଏମିତି ମାନେ ଛୋଟିଆ କଥା କହିବି ତମକୁ ଗୋଟେ, ମାନେ କମ୍ପିଟେଟିଭ ରେଜଲ୍ଟ ଆମର ଆଇଏସ୍ ପାଉଛନ୍ତି ସଂଖ୍ୟା ହେଲା। ତମେ ଦେଖୁଛ ଏ ଯେଉଁ ଆଇଏସ୍ ମିଳୁଛି, ଆଇଏସ୍ ହେଲା କ'ଣ ଗୋଟେ ପରଫର୍ମାନ୍ସ ଭଲ କଲ, କମ୍ପିଟିସନ୍ ପାଇଲ, ୟୁପିଏସସି ରେଜଲ୍ଟ ବାହାରିଲା। ତମେ ଦେଖିଲ ବେଶୀ ପାଇଲେ କିଏ, ଝିଅ ନା ପୁଅ? ବେଶୀ ପାଇଲେ କିଏ, ସାଇନ୍ସ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ ନା ଆର୍ଟ୍ସ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟସ୍? ଏଠି ହେଲା ଜେଣ୍ଡର ଗୋଟେ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର, ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରିମ୍ ପାଇଲା, କୋଉ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରିମ୍, ଆର୍ଟ୍ସ ନା ସାଇନ୍ସ? ବୁଝିଲ ନାଇଁ, ଯୋଡ଼େ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର होता बेसी झील पाइबे, जेंडर इज हैविंग इफेक्ट। और यदि जो मैंने बेसी पढ़ते साइंस सी बेसी पाइबे, स्ट्रीम और फैकल्टी हैज हैव एन इफेक्ट। सो एनी टाइप ऑफ result you are getting, if there are two factors operating, we are getting a factorial design, we are getting the effect of factors। ବୁଝିବ ନାଇଁ, ଏଥିରେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କ'ଣ ହେଉଛି ନା, ଖାଲି ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଏଫେକ୍ଟ ପଡ଼ୁନି ଏବଂ ଏ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଦୁଇଟାର ଇଣ୍ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସରେ ପଡ଼ୁଛି, ମାନେ ଜେଣ୍ଡର ଆଣ୍ଡ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରିମ୍। ଝିଅ ମାନେ ଯଦି ଆର୍ଟ୍ସ ପଢ଼ିଲେ ବହୁତ ବେଶୀ ପାଇଲେ, ପୁଅମାନେ ଯଦି ସାଇନ୍ସ ପଢ଼ିଲେ ସେ ବେଶୀ ପାଇଲେ। ତେଣୁ ଜେଣ୍ଡର ଆଣ୍ଡ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରିମ୍, ଜେଣ୍ଡର ଫ୍ୟାକଲ୍ଟି, ଦେ ଅଲସୋ ହାଭିଂ ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ସନ୍। ତେଣୁ ଆମର ଏଇ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଡିଜାଇନରେ ଆମର ଗୋଟେ ନୂଆ କଥା ପାଉ, ଆମର ୱାନ୍ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଡିଜାଇନରେ ଆମେ ପାଉ इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल इफेक्ट जानी जाऊ, फैक्टर इफेक्ट। इथर भी आम पाचु फैक्टर इफेक्ट, ये पाचु वन फैक्टर टू फैक्टर, किंतु ये गोटे पाचु ठीक ठाक पाऊनु, ये पाचु ये कौन ना इंटरएक्शन इफेक्ट। से कहते फैक्टर डिजाइन इज वेरी यूजफुल, जहाँ को आम सब आम सब थेसिस पेसिस नौ करूँ, सब रिसर्च करूँ, दिस इज वेरी इंपोर्टेंट। बहुत समय यूज करूँ आम, राइट? So
यस
now you
सर
can say the factorial design is a design in which selected values of two or more independent variables are manipulated in all possible combinations so that their independent as well as interaction effect or interactive effect upon the dependent variable can be studied. So two or more independent variable तांका effect हम जानिपारिबु एवं तांकर interactive effect ए variable रो ताकु भी जानिपारिबु। That is the factorial design. And in factorial design we are having factors like the number of independent variables, and here we are having main effect. Main effect means the effect of the factors, independent variables. And last, thirdly, we are having interaction effect. I mean the effect of the relationship between the main effects and how the main effects they are interacting
सर
on the
वन
results.
सर वन
हाँ
क्वेश्चन सर
हाँ कह
सर attitude towards women,
हाँ
attitude towards women रे एटा सिंगल फैक्टर सर
हाँ एटा सिंगल फैक्टर एटीट्यूड
जेंडर इज द इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल
नहीं हमारा एटीट्यूड टुवर्ड्स वुमेन
हां
नुहे कि
attitude towards women रे सर
हाँ
जेंडर रहउछ हमर इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल होउछ से मे बी
कहाँ एटीट्यूड
women मानकर attitude
ओहो जो कहते
attitude
एटीट्यूड
to
ऑन वुमेन कहउछ
ना attitude towards women
तुम ସେମାନେ कहउछ କିନ୍ତୁ କାହାର एटीट्यूड एटा
both boys and girls
टू टू ହେଲା टू ହେଲା
both boys and girls होउछ सेटा
हाँ
वन वे होउछ ना टू वे होउछ
एटा टू ହେଲା जो टू तुम्हार जोड़े तुम्हारा जो जेंडर है नहीं तुम्हारा जो एटीट्यूड उठे नेल एटा जेंडर नौच gender 2 label boy and girl. কিন্তু gender হচ্ছে তোমার factor গোটিয়ে
ଗୋଟିଏ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ସାର୍ ସେଟା
ହଁ
ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ କହୁଛୁ ଗୋଟେ ୱାନ୍ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ସାର୍।
ଆରେ one factor তোমার দেখো factor নব না তো gender হচ্ছে factor বা independent variable তার label 2 male and female
ଲେବୁଲ ଟୁ ମେଲ୍ ଲେବୁଲ ଟୁ।
ଲେବୁଲଟା କିଛି ଆମର ଅଲଗା ସେଟା ମୁଁ ତମକୁ ଆଗରୁ କହିଛି ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଲେବୁଲ କହିଛି 3ଟା କହିନି ମୁଁ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଲେବୁଲ କହିଥିଲି ମୁଁ ଆଗରୁ ସେ ଲେବୁଲଟା ଅଲଗା ତେଣୁ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର କେତେଟା ଅଛି ଦେଖିବ
ସାର୍ ଏଇଟା ତ ୱାନ୍ ୱାନ୍ ୱାନ୍
ୱାନ୍
ୱାନ୍
ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଏଟା ୱାନ୍ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଯଦି କହିବ ଯଦି ଆଟିଚ୍ୟୁଡ୍ ଟୁୱାର୍ଡସ୍ ୱିମେନ୍ ଏଠି କହିବ ଯେ ଆଟିଚ୍ୟୁଡ୍ସ ଅଫ୍ ମାନେ ଆଇ ମିନ୍ କ୍ୱାଲିଫିକେସନ୍ and its effect on attitude of women. ବୁଝିଲ ନାଇଁ ଏଠି କ୍ୱାଲିଫାଏଡ୍ ନଟ୍ କ୍ୱାଲିଫାଏଡ୍ or different type of qualification ଏଠି ଗୋଟେ ଦେଖ ଗୋଟେ ଏଠି ଗୋଟେ ବି ସିଙ୍ଗଲ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର କିନ୍ତୁ ଯଦି କ୍ୱାଲିଫିକେସନ୍ କରିକି ତା ସାଙ୍ଗେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଲେଖିବ ସୋସିଓଇକୋନୋମିକ୍ ଷ୍ଟାଟସ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଲିଟରେସି ଲେଭେଲ୍ ଅନ୍ ଆଟିଚ୍ୟୁଡ୍ ତାହେଲେ 2
ଟୁ
ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର
ୱେ।
ହେଇଗଲା ବୁଝିଲ ନାଇଁ
ୟେସ୍ ସାର୍।
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଏବେ କ'ଣ ବୁଝିଲ ନାଇଁ ସବୁ ଆଉ କିଏ ବୁଝିନ କି hopefully you are all clear because you are here
Yes, sir.
are you
I'm here.
following
Yes, yes, I follow you.
okay ନାଇଁ ଯାହାର କିଏ ବୁଝିପାରୁନ କହ ସୀତା are you following Sita are you here Sita Gayatri Jayashree
Yes, sir.
okay and I mean Deepak or something like that is it engineer Deepak
Yes, sir.
are you following
Yes, sir.
Sujit following
ୟେସ୍ ସାର୍ ୟେସ୍ ସାର୍।
the ladies are silent I asked Sita and Gayatri they could not give any reply maybe they are not following
Yes, sir, I'm following.
but they are not responding
Sir,
okay right
unmute
oh,
ହେଲାନି actually ସେଇ ସମୟରେ।
okay, Gayatri, I see your picture here. You are like in a sports picture. So actually, are you able to hear in the class or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because this is a very difficult. I mean, this technique is very difficult designing. So whenever you are not able to follow my lines, you can just ask me.
ठीक है
Usually,
sir.
girls they must maybe having difficulties. They may not be free in questioning me. So I give you the permission. You can question me anytime. But you must be clear. Anyway, so now we are having 3 type of things here. One is factors, second is main effect, third is interaction effect. So when you talk about interaction, we are having 3 types of interaction. So interaction may be antagonistic. For example, one factor may affect negatively on the other factor. For example, I am saying the same thing, height and body weight on running. If height is increasing and the body weight is increasing, will running better? If height is increasing and body weight is very increasing also, can he run well?
No, sir.
अरे बहुत वजन है
No, sir.
हैं तेणु एटी कौन होची
No, sir.
ए जे antagonistic ହେଇଯିବ
No, sir. No,
ବୁଝିଲ
sir.
ନାଇଁ ये ଯଦି ହାଇଟ୍ ତୁମର ବେଶୀ ଅଛି କିନ୍ତୁ ବଡି ୱେଟ୍ ବେଶୀ ନାହିଁ ନର୍ମାଲ then it is synergistic interaction secondଟା ଭଲ ଦୌଡ଼ି ପାରିବ and the last is when ଗୋଟେ ପୁରା ଏକଦମ ବହୁତ ହାଇ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ବହୁତ କମ୍ then selling effect of interaction right there are 3 effects there are 3 types of effects 3 types of interaction effect जोटिकी दीटा जो इंडिपेंडेंट नौचु से माने परस्पर they may interact so both can have very high effect on performance and both by reverse or antagonistic effect may reduce the performance and selling effect there may be no effect also, right? So there are three types of interaction. So now all these types of interaction are common in psychological research. So that is, in psychological research, we are going by randomization and also blocking. Is a procedure in the experimental unit. We group the homogeneous cluster, and in this homogeneous cluster, we give the treatment, we compare the treatment effect, and then you get the cluster effect. Then the simple two-factor design. So now here having two-factor simple design. So they have given one example here. It's 2 into 2-factor design, simple 2-factor design. So now you see, actually blackboard এটা কিছু ভালো লিখিয়ে তুমি দেখো, দেখছি পিকচার দেখো, এই যে ফ্যাক্টর এ তার জোড়ে দেখি এপটে বি দেখছি B1 B2, ফ্যাক্টর এ দেখো A1 A2 ଦେଖିପାରୁଛ পেজ 19 ର ଉପରେ ଲେଖା ଅଛି ବିଚିତ୍ର ଯୋଉ ଏଥିରେ ସବୁ
Yes, sir.
A1 A2 B1 B2, A1 ଯୋଡେ ଲେବୁଲ ଗୋଟେ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର A ଯୋଡେ ଲେବୁଲ A1 A2, ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର B ଯୋଡେ ଲେବୁଲ B1 B2. ତମେ କିଲେ ପଚାରୁଛ ମତେ, ହେଲେ ସେ ବିଷୟରେ ମୁଁ କହୁଥିଲି ତୁମକୁ। এইটা ହେଲା ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଏଠି ଯୋଡେ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର 2 into 2, କାଲି ଗୋଟେ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଯଦି କରିବ ଜେଣ୍ଡର A1 A2, ସେ ସିଙ୍ଗଲ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଜାଷ୍ଟ ୱି ଡିସ୍କସ୍, ଏହା ପୂର୍ବରୁ ଯେଉଁ କଥାବାର୍ତ୍ତା ହେଉଥିଲୁ ଆମେ। ସୋ ନାଉ ସି ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ ତୁମର ଯୋଡେ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ହେଲା, ଏଥିରେ କ'ଣ ହେଲା, ଯେଉଁ ଟ୍ରିଟମେଣ୍ଟ କେତେ ଆସିଲା, 4ଟା ଆସିଲା, ଜାଣିପାରୁଛ? ମନେ ଦେଖ, ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଏ ହେଲା ମନେକର ହାଇଟ୍, ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ବି ହେଲା ମନେକର ବଡି ୱେଟ୍। ମନେକର ଦେଖ, ଏ ଯେଉଁ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର A1 A2 ହେଲା ସ୍ମଲ୍ ହାଇଟ୍, very big height, I mean tall, A1 A2. Factor B1 B2, body weight, less body weight, very high body weight, or very more body weight. So now see A1 B1, B1 means more height, more body weight. Then A1 B2 ତା ତଳକୁ ଅଛି, ତାହେଲେ ବେଶୀ ହାଇଟ୍, ମୋର୍ ହାଇଟ୍, ଲେସ୍ ବଡି ୱେଟ୍। ଏପଟକୁ A2 ଆସ, A2 ଲେସ୍ ହାଇଟ୍ B1 ଲେସ୍ ହାଇଟ୍, ମୋର୍ ବଡି ୱେଟ୍। A2 B2 ଲେସ୍ ହାଇଟ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଲେସ୍ ବଡି ୱେଟ୍। ତେଣୁ 4ଟା ହେଲା ଟ୍ରିଟମେଣ୍ଟ କଣ୍ଡିସନ୍। ଦେଖୁଛ କି ନାହିଁ?
Yes,
ଦେଖିଲ
sir.
କି ନାହିଁ? ବେଶ,
Yes, sir.
ଏଇଟା ହେଲା, ୟାକୁ ଦେଖିକିରି ତୁମର କରାଯିବ, ତୁମର ଡିଜାଇନ କରାଯିବ। ଏଥିରେ କଲେ ତୁମର ଗୋଟେ ବାହାରିବ, ସବୁ ଗୋଟେ ରେଜଲ୍ଟ ବାହାରିବ ଆନାଲିସିସରେ। ସେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ବାହାରିଲା ପରେ ତୁମେ କରିବ, ଗ୍ରାଫ୍ କରିବ। ଏ ଗ୍ରାଫରେ ତୁମର ଷ୍ଟଡି ରେଜଲ୍ଟ ପଳେଇ ଆସ ପେଜ୍ 21, ପେଜ୍ 21କୁ ପଳେଇ ଆସିବ। ଯେଉଁ ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ସନ୍ ଏଫେକ୍ଟ ହେଲା, ଯେଉଁ ବାହାରିଲା ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ସନ୍ ଏଫେକ୍ଟ, ତାର ଚିତ୍ର ହେଇଛି ଦେଖିବ। ଏମିତି ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ସନ୍, ଏଇଟା ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ସନ୍ ଅଛି ବୋଲି ସେ ଲାଇନ୍ ସିଧା ପଳଉନି, ଯୋଉଠି ସିଧା ଥିବ ତା ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ସନ୍ ଯୋଉଟା ଉପରକୁ ଯାଇଛି, କୋଉଠି ତଳକୁ ଯାଇଛି, ତେଣୁ ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ସନ୍ ଇଜ୍ କ୍ଲିୟରଲି ମ୍ୟାନିଫେଷ୍ଟେଡ୍ in the graphic form. Then we come to the importance of interaction. Interaction indicates sometimes ଗୋଟେ ଷ୍ଟଡିରେ ମେନ୍ ଏଫେକ୍ଟ ବାହାରେନି, ଆମର ଯେଉଁ ନେଉଛୁ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ତାର ଏଫେକ୍ଟ ବାହାରେନି, କିନ୍ତୁ ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ସନ୍ ଏଫେକ୍ଟ ବାହାରେ। କିନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣ ବାହାରିଲା ମାନେ some idea is given about the relative importance of the factors. Then we can come to 2.5, that is types of factorial design. The factorial design can be of many types. That is within subject factorial design. So now you see, here you see the table 2.5 table here. A, that is they have given, they are testing the place, B1 B2, and the A is, now see they are doing an experiment. So learning on this beach and recalling on the beach. Now see, Are you able to see that? Within a category, they are given four conditions, four treatment conditions. Learning on the sea beach, on the beach, and recalling on the beach. Learning on the beach and recalling under sea. Learning under sea and recalling on the beach. And learning under sea and recalling under sea. Four conditions. Here you see the table. So here A is two types, two level. On land and under sea. And B is two level. Testing on land, testing under sea. ଯେ ଗୋଟେ ସେପାରେଟ୍ ହେଇଛି ଯେ ତୁମର ପଢ଼ିଲା ପରେ କେଉଁଠି ପଢ଼ିକିରି କେଉଁଠି କେତେ ରିକଲ୍ କରିବ, ରିକଲ୍ କେଉଁଠି ଭଲ ହେବ। ତାପରେ ଯୋଡ଼େ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ନିଆହେଇଛି, ସି ବିଚ୍ ଆଉ ଅଣ୍ଡର ସି, କେଉଁଠି ରିକଲ୍ ବେଟି ବଢ଼ିଆ ହେଉଛି। ଟୁ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଡିଜାଇନ୍ এইটা କରିଛି ସେ ଏଇଠି, ଏଇଟା ୱିଦିନ୍ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ। ସେଇ ସବଜେକ୍ଟକୁ ସେ ନେଇ କରିଛି। ଦୋ ସବଜେକ୍ଟସ୍ ଆର୍ exposed to different conditions. Same subjects are treated on the sea beach and under the sea. এটা within subject design, within subject factual design. বুঝিপারছো তো? সেমতি ଅଛି।
স্যার जो सर टेस्टिंग प्लस बी जो এটা ইয়ে হচ্ছে B1 B2 হচ্ছে দুইটা সবজেক্ট।
ହଁ ବି ଟେଷ୍ଟିଂ ପ୍ଲେସ୍ ଅଛି ଯୋଡ଼େ ଲେବୁଲ୍ ତାର। B1 ହେଉଛି କ'ଣ ସି ବିଚ୍ ଉପରେ, ଆଉ B2 ହେଉଛି ପାଣି ତଳେ, ପାଣି ଭିତରେ।
सर A1 হচ্ছে স্যার অন ল্যান্ড
A1
ଆଉ
on
A2
land,
হচ্ছে
ସି ବିଚ୍ ଉପରେ ପାଣି ତଳେ। ତ
ଆଜ୍ଞା,
ଦୁଇଟା ଯାକର
A1
ସବୁ ଲେବୁଲ୍ ସିଆ ସେ ଦୁଇଟା ଲେବୁଲ୍ରେ ପଢ଼ୁଛି। ସେ ପଢ଼ୁଛି ଏରେ ପଢ଼ୁଛି ଅନଲାଇନ୍, ଏଇଟା ହେଉଛି ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଅନଲାଇନ୍। ବିଟା ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ହେଲା ଅଣ୍ଡର ଦି ସି। ଯୋଡ଼େ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ସେ ନେଲା, ସେ କହୁଛି କୋଉଠି ତୁମର ରିକଲ୍ ଭଲ ହେଉଛି।
ସାର୍ ଯୋଡ଼େ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ହଉଛି ଏ ରହୁଛି A1 ହଉଛି ଅନଲ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡ ଆଉ A2 ହଉଛି ଅଣ୍ଡର ସି, ଏଇ ଦିଟା ହଉଛି ତ
ହଁ
ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର।
ହଁ
ଆମେ ଏଇ ଦିଟା ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ହଉଛି ହେଲେ B ଉପରେ ଆମେ ଟେଷ୍ଟିଂ କରୁଛେ,
ହଁ
B1 B2 ଉପରେ ଟେଷ୍ଟିଂ କରୁଛେ ଆମେ।
ତୁମେ ଟିକେ ପଳେଇ ଆସିବ। ତା ପୂର୍ବରୁ ଲେଖିଛି ସେ ଯେଉଁ ଡିଭର୍ସ ମାନଙ୍କ ଉପରେ, ମାନେ ବୁଢ଼ାଡ଼ି ମାନଙ୍କ ଉପରେ ସେ ଷ୍ଟଡି କରିଛନ୍ତି। ବୁଢ଼ାଡ଼ି ମାନଙ୍କ ସହ କହନ୍ତି ବୋଥ୍ ଅନ୍ ଦି, ମାନେ ବୋଥ୍ ଦି ଏନଭାରମେଣ୍ଟ, କୋଉଠି ତାଙ୍କର ଷ୍ଟଡି ହେଉଛି ତାପରେ ସେ ଦେଉଛନ୍ତି। ସେ ଦି ଫାଷ୍ଟ ଇଣ୍ଡିପେଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ ଭ୍ୟାରିଏବଲ୍ having two levels, and one is beach under sea. The second independent variable is the place of testing. The second ହେଉଛି ତୁମର B, place of testing. এইটা ହେଉଛି ତୁମର କୋଉଠି ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ କରୁଛି ସି, ସେ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ କରୁଛି ଆଇଦର ଅନଲାଇନ୍ ଅର୍ ଅଣ୍ଡର ସି। ଟେଷ୍ଟିଂ ହେଉଛି ଆଇଦର ଅନଲାଇନ୍ ଅର୍ ଅଣ୍ଡର ସି। ତେଣୁ ଯୋଡ଼ାଏ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଯୋଡ଼ାଏ ଟୁ ଲେବୁଲ୍ ଅଛି। ବୁଝିପାରୁଛ? both two factors, and two factors there have been two separate labels, and those labels are both beach and under sea. বুঝিপারছো কি নাই?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
আচ্ছা, এটা হলো উইদিন সবজেক্ট ফ্যাক্টরিয়াল ডিজাইন। তারপরে আমরা আসবা মিক্সড ফ্যাক্টরিয়াল ডিজাইন। এটি বিটুইন ଅଛି, উইদিন ଅଛି, ସବୁ ମିଶିକି କହିଛି। এটা ট্রিটমেন্ট এফেক্ট বাহারুଛି, সবজেক্ট এফেক্ট বাহারুଛି। এটি A1 বাহারুଛି, B1 B2 B1 B2 এগেন তা রিপিট ହେଇ ବାହାରୁଛି। ତେଣୁ ଏଟାକୁ ମିକ୍ସড ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟରିଆଲ ଡିଜାଇନ୍ କୁହାହେଉଛି। and here now I come to the advantage of factorial design. The factorial design having four specific advantages. Number one, it enables the researchers to manipulate and control two independent variables simultaneously. जोड़ाए इंडिपेंडेंट को एका बेलके मैनिपुलेट करा होची ए डिजाइन दे, which is very convenient, time saving, and also very effective. And secondly, the factorial design is more precise than single factor design. It is very precise. The single factor study करिवा हम गोटे कली पुनी सेमती आउट करिवा बहुत टाइम टेकिंग हो, बहुत बड़ लंबा हो, एटा स्मॉल प्रिसाइज। Third, the factorial design, we find out the independent or main effects and also the interactive effects. এটা অনেক উত্তর মিলেনি। আর fourth হলা the results of the factorial design or factorial experiment are more comprehensive and can be generalized in a wider level. So now the factorial design is very convenient, very useful for us. So now I come to the next chapter. Any problem? This design has a limitation also. This design, despite its all advantages, it has some problem. Because here, when you are using more than 2 or more than 3 or more independent variables, then the manipulated together all the variables may be complicated. It has some problem, but still then the factorial design, it outweighs all such limitations. It is a very nice, usable design in research, in psychological research. So next we come to quasi-experimental design, right? Can you
Yes,
come
sir.
here? On ଏଇଥିରେ ସେ ଯୋଉ ସିଙ୍ଗଲ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଆଉ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଡିଜାଇନ ଏଥିରେ ମୁଣ୍ଡ ଭାରି ମାନେ ଇଏ ହେଇଯିବନି, ହେଭି ହେଇଯିବନି ନୁହେଁ ନା? ଷ୍ଟିଲ୍ ୟୁ ଆର୍ କମ୍ଫର୍ଟେବଲ?
Yes,
Sir,
sir,
actually,
comfortable. Sometimes the problems are like first one factor theory is I'm not getting the properly, but second factor is very simply getting the point.
ଆରେ ଯୋଉ ୱାନ୍ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟରରେ ଯୋଉ ଡିଜାଇନଟା ଅଛି ସେଇଟାରେ
No,
ଆମେ ପାଉଛ ଗୋଟାକର ମେନ୍ ଏଫେକ୍ଟ, ଗୋଟିଏ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟରର ଏଫେକ୍ଟ ପାଉଛୁ ଆମେ।
yes, yes,
ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର
sir, I know
ଡିଜାଇନ
that, I
ଯୋଡ଼େ
know that.
ଆଉ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟରାଲ ଡିଜାଇନରେ ଯୋଡ଼େ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଏଫେକ୍ଟ ପାଉଛ ଏବଂ ତାର ଇଣ୍ଟରାକ୍ସନ ଏଫେକ୍ଟ ମଧ୍ୟ ପାଉଛ। ଏହାର ଡିଫରେନ୍ସ ଆଉ କିନ୍ତୁ କେମିତି କରୁଛ ତ ବତେଇଲେ ତୁମକୁ ଅଲଗା, କିନ୍ତୁ ମେନ୍ ତା ଥିମ୍ଟା ହେଲା ସିଙ୍ଗଲ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟରରେ ଗୋଟିଏ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟରର ତୁମେ ପାଉଛ ଏଫେକ୍ଟଟା ଅନ୍ ଇଣ୍ଡିପେଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ ଭେରିଏବଲ୍। ସୋ ୱାନ୍ ଇଣ୍ଡିପେଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ ଭେରିଏବଲ୍ ଏଫେକ୍ଟ ଅନ୍ ୱାନ୍ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ ଭେରିଏବଲ୍। ଏଠି କହୁଛି କ'ଣ ନା 2 or 3 independent variables effect on one dependent variable. That too, this dependent variable is now showing some interaction effect. ଏ କଥା ଆଉ ଆମର ୱାନ୍ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଡିଜାଇନରେ ଆମର ବିଟୁଇନ୍ ୱିଦିନ୍ ଅଛି, ଏଥିରେ ଅଛି ବିଟୁଇନ୍ ୱିଦିନ୍ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଏକ୍ସଟ୍ରା ଏରର୍ ରହିଛି, ସେଟା ତୁମେ ଦେଖିପାରିଲେ ସବୁ ଏଥିରେ ବାହାରି ପାରିଲେ। ପୁଣି ତୁମର ଏ ଯେଉଁ କ୍ୱାଜି ଏକ୍ସପେରିମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ଡିଜାଇନରେ ଆମର ସବୁ ଯେଉଁ ଏକ୍ସପେରିମେଣ୍ଟ ହେଉଛି ସବୁ ସାଇକୋଲୋଜିରେ ସବୁଗୁଡ଼ାକ ଅଲମୋଷ୍ଟ କ୍ୱାଜି ଏକ୍ସପେରିମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ଡିଜାଇନ। ମୁଁ କାଲି ତୁମକୁ କହୁଥିଲି ଏ ଯେଉଁ କ୍ୱାଜି ଏକ୍ସପେରିମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ଡିଜାଇନ ଆମର ଫିଲ୍ଡ ଷ୍ଟଡି ଉପରେ କାଲି କ'ଣ କହୁଥିଲି ତୁମକୁ ମୁଁ, ଅଲମୋଷ୍ଟ ଲାଇକ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍। ଏବଂ ମୁଁ ତୁମକୁ କହିଛି ଏକ୍ସ ପୋଷ୍ଟ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଡିଜାଇନ, ଏକ୍ସ ପୋଷ୍ଟ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର ଡିଜାଇନ ଯାହା ଏଇ କ୍ୱାଜି ଏକ୍ସପେରିମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ଡିଜାଇନ ସେୟା। କ୍ୱାଜି ମାନେ ମୁଁ ତୁମକୁ କହୁଥିଲି ତୁମକୁ କ୍ୱାଜି ମାନେ appearing, not the same. ଆମର the word quasi means as if. It is not experimental design, but it is as if experimental design, or to some degree it is experimental design. So the quasi experimental design means is a design which resembles experimental design but not experimental design. It appears like experimental design. It is quasi. Quasi means appearing. So according to Wikipedia, the quasi-experimental design are related to setting up a particular type of an experiment or other study in which one has little or no control over the allocation of the treatment or other factors being studied. So now here in this quasi-design, we do some research that lacks the random assignment. There is no randomness. In experimental design, we always use randomness. Without randomness, experimental design cannot be possible. This randomness reduces bias. But in quasi-experimental design, we do not have the randomness. And the quasi-design, you come to the last paragraph below, 28 paragraph below, the lines you check it. The quasi-experimental design, sometimes called ex post facto design, or after the fact experiment, ex post fact design means after the fact experiment. After the fact means, so before you vary the independent variable, already they have been varied. So here, after the fact has already been done. Now we are doing that. You'll see now. I will show this in an example. So here, because here the experiment is conducted after the groups have been formed. तमें किंतु तले एक्सपेरिमेंट करूछ तमें ग्रुप आसिक नौछ कोटा ग्रुप को नब न नब तुम आसिक नौछ किंतु एठी किसी तुम ग्रुप ऑलरेडी फॉर्म होइछि फॉर एग्जांपल तुम स्टडी करबन सेक्स इफेक्ट ऊपर तमें नौछ मेल एंड फीमेल्स तमें मेल फीमेल तैयारी करनो से मेल फीमेल तैयारी का आछन सब यू कांट चेंज द मेल्स एंड फीमेल्स तेणु एठी तुम आगुर सब देयर प्री एक्जिस्टिंग यू आर ओनली ऑब्जर्विंग देम तेणु एटा क्वाजी एक्सपेरिमेंटल. So here now see the difference between quasi experiment design and true experiment design. There are three differences. You see it here. In true experiment design, the experimenter has complete control over the experiment, but in quasi experiment design, they do not have control. In true design, we manipulate variables, but we can't manipulate variables in quasi design. Thirdly, in quasi experimental design, we present some independent variables into two pre-existing groups. जो ग्रुप रही जोटा प्री एक्जिस्टिंग ग्रुप मीन्स गोटे रही मेल फीमेल से आगुरी मेल फीमेल अच्छा आगुरी से किए नौ तुम्हें educated, not educated. So already before you take them as subjects, they are educated. You are not educating them. They are educated. Suppose they are going to make a study on the effect of height and body weight on running. A height कार बेसी कार कम से आगुरी अच्छी तमें हाइट बढ़ी पारन कमी पारन प्री एक्जिस्टिंग इट क्वाजी एक्सपेरिमेंट तेणु क्वाजी एक्सपेरिमेंट रे द इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स आर देयर इन प्री एक्जिस्टिंग ग्रुप्स वी मे नॉट नो whether the difference in behavior was caused by the difference between the groups or by the independent variables. A quasi experimental label open the possibility that other differences exist between the experimental and control condition. तेणु आमर क्वाजी एक्सपेरिमेंट डिजाइन टा ऑथेंटिक नुहे कारण आगुरु ताकर डिफरेंस थाई पारे गोटे उदाहरण दउछ तुमको आथरे क्लियर पारिबो माने करो मु लड़े स्टडी करिवि जे गोटे क्लास रे मु पढ़ौछि बेसी भल बुझुंदी किए से I am teaching who are being more clear, boys or girls. At the end of the session, I am going to ask the students on the performance. We found boys performed better, boys spoke better, boys wrote better. Now the question is, can you say that the boys are more brilliant? Can you say the boys are learning better in the classroom? No. With the girls, when the boys are having some doubts, they're asking, they're discussing. But the girls, they're having doubts, they're not having, they're now restricted, they're constrained. They're not able to ask in the classroom. But there is some factor for which the girls are they're shy. They're not as free as the boys. If they have doubts, then they're not able to clarify. But boys, they are able to clarify. So performing better. Could you get me or not? So now this type of experiment is quasi-experiment. But when you make a conclusion on the boys and girls, because already they are having difference. But the girls are shy, but the boys are very free, for which the result will be affected also. So the quasi-experiment is an experiment where the subjects are predefined and pre-existing. So now the quasi-experiment can be done in different ways. So therefore we can discuss the types of quasi-experimental designs. So one is non-equivalent design, the other is there are 3-4 designs here: non-equivalent design or non-equivalent group or post-test design. It is non-equivalent because here you see there is one example. For example, one group of students might receive reading instructions using a whole language program, while the other group is a phonetic based program. Now there is an experiment, study. So one group getting whole language program, and another group getting phonetics based program. After 12 weeks, a comparison test was done to see which program was more effective. Now these two groups are not equivalent. Are not equivalent means not same. Right? They are two different groups. Now these two, if the same group could have been there, is equivalent group. They are non-equivalent group. So here they have been tested, post-test. They have been tested. After the test, after 12 weeks, the result is going to be the performance is going to be collected. This is called non-equivalent group but post-test only design, because the subjects are non-equivalent. And now we come to, so or you could say before after. Before this, after this, that is post-test only. The second one is non-equivalent control group design. So here two groups are there. First one, they both are, the subjects are non-equivalent, non-matched, not repeated, two different groups, and one group exposed to phonetics, the other group exposed to language program. Two different groups, two different programs, and tested after a gap of 12 weeks, post-test performance. So now the second one is non-equivalent control group. Here in the first one, both groups were exposed to different programs. But here, one group is exposed to one program and the other group is not exposed, as a control group. Then comparison is being made. Could you get me or not? This is a non-equivalent control. That is a non-equivalent group. It is a non-equivalent control group. Means one group is not given any course. One group given course, other given not given course. And the next one, 3.3, separate pre-test, post-test sample. Before testing tested, after testing tested. You gave one course, before course you are testing, what is their efficiency? You give a course, after the course you are testing, what is the efficiency? You are giving the comparison. That is separate pre-test, post-test sample design. And the next is double pre-test design. Testing, double test. So the strong quasi-discrete design, and it is actually indicating internal validity, because you are double pre-test design, you are double testing it. And here this double design includes two measures prior to the program. So the separate is over one program, now it is two programs before the testing. So here, if the program and comparison group are maturing at different rates, we can detect this at the range. For example, when you give two programs, in one program you are observing, then two program you are observing whether it is maturing or not. Our बहुत समय through maturation, our learning better हो जाए. Then we are having two programs before that. Before testing, we are having two programs. Here you also observe whether the maturation effect is there also not. So here we are having also switching replication design. We can replicate or repeat the test, and the next mixed factorial design with non-manipulated variables. So here you see the design is here on coffee beverage, gender, men, women, decaffeinated, caffeinated. And a single design where here actually we are mixing it, both gender and the coffee beverage. We are mixing up and getting one taste. And the next one is interrupted time series design, where we give the test on different interval, or one group of subject is done at different intervals. The same, the pre-testing and post-testing is done at different intervals. So pre-testing done before 1 hour, or pre-testing done before 1 day, the post-testing done after 1 hour, or maybe after 1 day. So that is interrupted to time series. And the next one is multiple time series. So you are giving the time series multiply. So multiple time. Now here we have two groups. One group receives treatment and other groups doesn't receive any treatment. And this group acts as a control group. And the group which is getting treatment, we give treatment in multiple times. And the next one is repeated treatment. And here we give this pre-test, then treatment, then a post-test, then a withdraw, then again treatment, again pre-test, again post-test. So we just make one study, get some result, then some pause, then again repeat, then some performance, then pause, then repeat. That is repeated design. Then the last one is counterbalance design. And here, this design is called the crossover design. And here, in this design, we make this random table. Random table in this randomness, we make the preparation, we put the subjects in such a way that their intra differences will be automatically counterbalanced. Because in group 1 you see group A, X1, X2, X1, X3, X4, you see group A, X1, X2, X3, X4, group B, X2, X4, X1, X3. But the order is now reversed. Group C, X3, X1, X4, X2. Group D, X4, X3, X2, X1. So the seriation, the serial position, the order of presentation, everything is changed. By changing the order, naturally we counterbalance their differences. These are the designs we are having in quasi-experimental designs. So now we can see the advantages and disadvantages of quasi-experimental design. The advantages. In social science, we are actually where pre-selection and randomization of group is often difficult. This quasi-experimental design is very, very useful. Secondly, quasi-design is often integrated with the individual case studies. So it is more useful. And thirdly, the quasi-factorial design are used when randomization is impossible. So it is easier to set up a true design when only randomization is possible. But here, since you are not able to get randomization all the time available, quasi design is more preferred. Again, the quasi design minimizes the threats to external validity as natural environment do not suffer the same problems of artificiality as compared to a well-controlled laboratory setting. Then it is external validity minimized. Next, the quasi-experimental design are in natural experiments. So here we can possibly generalize about other population also, because done in natural setting. And also this experimental method is efficient in longitudinal research that involves longer time. In a true experiment, we cannot continue. Very long time, true experiment is very expensive. But quasi experiments can be continued. And quasi design is often integrated with the individual case studies. So it is very suitable. And also we can allow a sort of statistical analysis so that you can get clear idea, clear picture about cases. And also the quasi-experimental research have some demerits. Number one, here we analyze the effects of different educational programs on two groups of children. But we cannot, here when we are comparing, we are actually to compare other, control other factors, but we fail to control. Since other factors are not able to be controlled, we are not able to control the situation, or we are not able to control the independent variable, we are not control the factors, then the result may not be that reliable. So the lack of random assignment in the quasi-experimental design makes the whole study less reliable. Randomness makes more reliable. Because randomization is absent, some knowledge about the data can be approximated. So with the approximated result, absent data, the result cannot be reliable. Moreover, even if the threats to internal validity are assessed, causation still cannot be fully established because the experimenter does not have a control over extraneous variables. In quasi-experimental designs, extraneous variables may have the effects. So despite all these things, as we discussed, the quasi-experimental design is more suitable, more usable, and more appreciated in social research. Social psychological research is more appreciated. Then next we come to the unit 4, other designs. Any idea?
Sir,
You got it?
sir, one question, sir.
Yes.
Sir, experimental design ଆଉ quasi experimental design ଭିତରେ difference
हाँ.
ହଉଛି ଏଥିରେ ଏ ଯୋଉ independent variable ଆମେ ଯୋଉ control variable କୁ experimental method ରେ design ରେ ଆମେ control variable କୁ ଆମେ control କରିପାରୁଛୁ, ହେଲେ quasi experimental design ରେ ଆମେ control variable କୁ ଆମେ control କରିପାରୁନି, ଏତିକି ତ difference।
हाँ, ଆମର କିଛି control ନାହିଁ। ଆମର we are not able to control the independent variable. We are not able to control the situations, external variable. We are not
In case
able to control the confounding variables. ତେଣୁ ଆମର ଯେଉଁ variable ଗୁଡ଼ାକ ଅପରେଟ୍ କରୁଛି ଗୋଟେ ରିସର୍ଚ୍ଚ ସମୟରେ ସେ variable ଉପରେ control ନାହିଁ।
quasi experimental design ରେ
এইটা কিন্তু in experimental research we have full control। ତେଣୁ ତାକୁ ଆମେ କହୁଛୁ pure research। ଯେଉଁଟା ଆମର ଯେଉଁ quasi experimental design, এটা experimental design ଲାଗେ ସେଭଳି ଦେଖାଯାଏ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଯେହେତୁ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଲ ନାହିଁ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଏଇଟାକୁ ଆମେ କହିପାରିବାନି ଯେ ରିଲାଏବୁଲ ବୋଲି। ବଟ୍ in social study, social science survey or social science research, we have no scope for pure experimental studies। ବୁଝଛ କି ନାହିଁ? ଗୋଟେ ଲୋକର ଆଗ୍ରେସନ୍ ଉପରେ ଷ୍ଟଡି କରୁଛୁ ଆମେ କହିପାରିବାନି ସେ ଆଗ୍ରେସିଭ୍ ନୁହେଁ କି ଇଏ ଆଗ୍ରେସିଭ୍ କହିପାରିବାନି ଆଗରୁ ତାର ପିଲାବେଳୁ କେତେ କ'ଣ ସେ ଏକ୍ସପୋଜ୍ ହେଇକି ଆସିଛି ତେଣୁ ଗୋଟେ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ନେବାଛୁ ତାପରେ ଆମେ କିଛି ଟିପ୍ପଣୀ ଦେଇପାରିବାନି ବିକଜ ୟୁ ଡୋଣ୍ଟ ହାଭ୍ ଏ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଲ ଦେ ଆର୍ ପ୍ରି ଏଷ୍ଟାବ୍ଲିଶ୍ଡ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଆମର ଗୋଟେ ହେଲା ତୁମର ମେନ୍ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସ ହେଲା lack of control ଯୋଉଟା ତୁମେ କହିଲ ସେକେଣ୍ଡ କ'ଣ ହେଲା lack of randomization ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ଯେଉଁ ନେଉଛ ଏଇଟା ନଟ୍ ଫ୍ରି ଫ୍ରମ୍ ବାୟସ୍ ଯଦି ସାମ୍ପଲ୍ ନେଉଛ ମେ ବି ପର୍ପସିଭ୍ ମେ ବି କମ୍ବିନେଣ୍ଟ ସାମ୍ପଲିଂ ଯାହା ମିଳିଲା ମନେକର ତୁ ଗୋଟେ ଗ୍ରୁପ୍ ନେଲ ମୁଁ ପଚାରିବି ଗୋଟେ ନେବି ଗୋଟେ ସର୍ଭେ କରିବି ଗୋଟେ ଷ୍ଟଡି କରୁଛି ମୁଁ ମାନେ ପିପୁଲ୍ସ ଓପିନିଅନ୍ ଏବାଉଟ୍ ନ୍ୟାସନାଲ ଇଲେକ୍ସନ୍ 2024 ମୁଁ ଯଦି ମୋ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ନେବି ଅର୍ବାନ୍ ଏରିଆରୁ ଗୋଟେ ପରେ ବାହାରିବ ରେଜଲ୍ଟ ବାହାରିବ ମୁଁ ଯଦି ନେବି ରୁରାଲ ଏରିଆରୁ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ବାହାରିବ ଅର୍ବାନରେ ବାହାରିଲା ପିପୁଲ୍ ୱାଣ୍ଟ ମୋଦି ମୋର୍ ବଟ୍ କ୍ୟାନ୍ ୟୁ ସେ ଇଟ୍ କରେକ୍ଟ ନୁହେଁ କାରଣ ଅର୍ବାନ୍ ଆଉ ରୁରାଲ ଗୋଟେ ଫରକ ଅଛି ମୁଁ ତାଙ୍କର ଭ୍ୟୁ ନେଲା ପୂର୍ବରୁ ଦେ ଆର୍ ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ କାରଣ ଅର୍ବାନ୍ ପିପୁଲ୍ ଦେ ଆର୍ ଗେଟିଂ ଅଲ୍ ଦି ମିଡ଼ିଆ ଟଚ୍ reading newspapers seeing TV all these things rural people they are not getting so their opinion may not be more dependent किंतु आमर जो एक्सटर्नल स्टडी करूछु प्योर रिसर्च से कंट्रोल उभय को दिया जीवो उभय जीरो तांको दिया गला गोटे जिस पढ़िया पई तापर तांको रैंडमली दिया गला तांको दिया गला तापर तांको पचा गला एठी कोन रैंडम नाही रैंडम छारु किए तुम जो नौ सब्जेक्ट नौचो किए एजुकेटेड किए एजुकेटेड नुहे किए अर्बन किए रूरल किए डजंट लाइक पॉलिटिक्स किए डजंट लाइक टू से एनीथिंग तुम्हारा कंट्रोल नहीं इन चॉइस ऑफ सब्जेक्ट्स तेणु तुम्हारा कंट्रोल नहीं सब्जेक्ट चॉइस उपरे कंट्रोल नहीं रैंडमनेस उपरे कंट्रोल नहीं द मेथड उपरे आल्सो दैट यू आर अप्लाइंग सो नाउ हेलो ओ साउंड अलाउड है
yes sir
हैं टाइम लगी
no sir
अच्छा शंख ध्वनि है अच्छा हौ तापर यही नेक्स्ट गला आम आसवा नेक्स्ट को आसवा ना एनी क्वेश्चन पचार दियो आग पचार ना नेक्स्ट को आसवा लास्ट वन
next,
डिजाइन तो मन रख तुम साइकोलॉजी जो काम कर तुम जो प्रोजेक्ट कर एनी पेपर कर पीएचडी कर पीएचडी मो पाखे तो बहुत पिला पीएचडी कर मो पाखे मुझे समस्त पचारे स्टाटिस्टिक्स तुम्हें भल जाच कि नहीं कर ना सी मत हेल्प मागे मुझे कहे तुम्हें पढ़ तुम बतईदे मुझे बतईदे पिला सब आजिकल टेंडेन्सी पिला पिला शुणी लिखुन सब कहते ये जो एसपीएस बाहर सब दौरान एसपीएस कर स्टाटिस्टिकाली सिग्निफिकेंट कि नुहे जो टेबुल बाहर सब स्टाटिस्टिकल टेबुल सब तुम्हें जानी तुम्हें शिखुन एक्चुअली तो दौच डिजिटाली यू आर गेटिंग स्टाटिस्टिकल रिजल्ट टी टेस्ट कौन बुझुन ए टेस्ट कौन बुझुन देदेल ताकू से कौन आसीगला बाई अप्लाइंग दिस डिजिटल मेथड्स यू आर नोइंग दिस किंतु एटा सब जाना उचित तुम सब एटा को प्रकार टेस्ट होची एटा कहीं वन फैक्टर टेस्ट होची गोटे टेस्ट जो करुच ये वन फैक्टर अप्रोप्रिएट ना टू फैक्टर अप्रोप्रिएट ये दरकार तुम फैक्टोरियल डिजाइन दरकार ना ये वन सिंगल फैक्टर स्टडी हम बा ये अन्य कौन ये तुम क्वाजी एक्सप्लेन कर ना प्योर एक्सप्लेन कर ये अदर एक्सप्लेन अदर डिजाइन नब तुम्हें दैट इज द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग चॉइस ऑफ डिजाइन इज वेरी इंपोर्टेंट जो भूल हो से कहूँ भल बुझ एवं तुम प्रोजेक्ट कला बेले तुम मैं डरिकी क्या देखिए जावानी सब तो पढ़ बुझ बुझी न पारे आस पचार आम बुझे देव तुमको एनीवे मुझे आस नेक्स्ट चैप्टर को अदर डिजाइन्स वी आर हैविंग so you are having another design called correlation design. Correlation. You know correlation. Correlation means relationship between two variables. For example, you do not know exactly how to test on one variable. Suppose you do not know whether the height and body weight they are related or not. You cannot make an experimental study on height independently or make an independent study on body weight. And it's not possible to make a study to indicate whether height and body weight are very related. You cannot say that when height is increasing, body weight is also will increase. We cannot say. Not necessarily it means that the taller people are having heavier body weight. Is not it? Is it not a fact that even tall people they are lean, thin, and having less body weight? In that case, it's not possible to make an experiment independently on height and on body weight, or to see through experiment whether these two variables are related. So now we want to make a test, like when suppose we took a group of people, we showed their height and we also took their body weight. If we find that the height and body weight they are related, if the R correlation, the coefficient of correlation or the relationship index between the two variables are very significant, then you can say that when height increases, the body weight will also increase. So through this method you can say that height and body weight are related. When height is increasing, body weight is increasing, this means one can be the cause of other. So the causal relationship, the cause effect, what do you mean by science or what do you mean by research? Research needs to explain the causal relationship, the cause-effect relationship. So here we can show this causal relationship between height and body weight just by taking the correlation. That is called a correlation design. That is called a correlational design. Now some lines are given here, you can write, you will see also. Sometimes the researchers are interested in some variables which cannot be manipulated by the experimenter. Where researcher doesn't have control over the who, what, when, where and how of the factors, then naturally they have to go for a different design. So now you see, for example, if we are interested to know whether a scholastic achievement depends upon general intelligence of the child, or the person who is intelligent will have more achievement, suppose you want to know, or suppose you want to know whether there is any difference in gender in aggression. For example, the gender difference in aggression. Suppose you want to know that there is difference in gender, male, female, in aggression, whether they differ or not. Or if there is any relationship between the size of the skull and the general intelligence of this individual. ଯାହାର ବେଶୀ ବଡ଼ ମୁଣ୍ଡ ସେ ବେଶୀ ବୁଦ୍ଧିଆ ତାହା ଜାଣିବା ପାଇଁ ଏମିତି ସବୁ many such questions may arise where we may try to find answer through research. To answer such questions, we have to use a correlational design, which other designs may not be working. So correlation research design and causal comparative research design, they are the designs which can be useful in explaining such types of questions. So now I come to the definition. So here the correlation design are founded on the assumption that reality is best described as a network of interacting and mutually causal relationship. The correlational investigation attempts to compare the level of one variable with those of another to see if a relationship exists between the two. The correlational design is a quantitative design. So quantitatively, a change is accompanying the change in other variable. That is the thing you are going to see. So here, the correlation design are of different types of design. One is here the association between two variables. If two variables are associated, then there is a direct relationship. Direct means change in one will cause change in the other. If two variables are associated, then you are fine. Now see, one student, I remember when I was principal of a college, a girl came to me and complained that, sir, the teacher who was giving mark to the students here in our class, he has given more marks to the girls who are more beautiful. So now the question is, she is questioning, sir, is it true that the beautiful girls are more brilliant or more intelligent? So that they are getting more jobs? So now the question, or you can say, similarly, you can see the numbers of persons getting job. Can you say the Brahmins are getting more jobs? Is it because they are having more genetical superiority? So these things are questions. So whether beauty and intelligence, they are related or not? Whether intelligence and achievement, they are related or not? Whether caste and job, related or not? So these things we can only explain through correlational studies, that is association between variables. If all the better jobs are going to higher caste, then you can say higher caste and job is associated. So all the girls who are beautiful getting better jobs, or all the girls who are beautiful are having better results, more marks in the classroom, then you can say beauty and achievement or beauty and intelligence in the girl or in the boy also, in the human beings. In the human beings, you can say the boys and girls having more, the fairer people are getting more impression, better impression.
Sir, one question, sir.
Yes.
Sir, ଆମେ କେବଳ ଜାଣିଲେ ହବନି, ଆମେ ତାକୁ ପୁଣି ତାକୁ significant କରିବାକୁ ପଡିବ. Whether that question is
ଏଇଠି ଅଛି। So now you just see, observe this. You have taken 10 persons in a classroom. Out of 10, 9 persons who have got the good marks, they belong to higher caste. Then we get the correlation coefficient statistically. Then you measure this. So it's coefficient is significant or not. If significant statistically, then you can say that intelligence and caste, they are very much connected. Or you can say this happens with this. So anything that you want to know, any link between caste or intelligence or beauty or intelligence or anything that you know by getting one correlation coefficient and statistically if significant, you can say that this correlation is only indicated through association. The association between two variables, but association between more than two variables. And suppose you want to know the effect of habit, intelligence, and other factors, whether they are having link to the academic achievement. तो मैं कहब academic achievement and intelligence, two factors. तो कहब habit, पढ़िया अभ्यास मध्य अच्छी, habit, academic and intelligence, then intelligence, then academic achievement. Then two factors are studying. So these are all association between more than two variables. So now you can say here this correlation research is based upon association, so that you can say that both are related. And secondly, you can also say that one is able to predict the other. So we can say that if one is born in higher caste, then definitely he will be getting it. You can predict. Or you can say that if one is having more beauty, maybe more light, doing well, and predict. Or you can say that something. So if you are getting this relationship significant, you can also predict. You can indicate the relationship link, and you can also predict it. So that can be done by the correlational design. So here in correlation design, we just use this correlation, and from the relationship we can give a conclusion that one factor is linked to the other factor. If this happens, that will happen. If this happens, that will happen. So one will be the cause of the other. So from one, you can predict the other. That is one design. You can see that here when we are having the test selections, we are having some people, their question. Now see, the IS people, the IS test, is it the fact that all the people who are going in IS, they are the top of the society? They are having the highest intelligence? No. Maybe there are some students who are very intelligent, but in that same day, they have some problems in the family, or on the way they are going for interview, they have some accidents, or on the way they have some quarrel with somebody, traffic was jam. So many factors are there. When you are going to interview, or when you are going to appear examination, there are many factors they may affect. So for the performance only you can make a conclusion. So here, by this correlational, because all the people, you can't say that those who are coming through IS selection, they will be very good administrator, they will do very well, or they are very, very efficient. Not that. those who are not IS, they are also very effective administrators. So now see, here the correlational research can give you an idea that two variables are linked and one can be the cause of the other, and from one you can predict the other, but it is not that very authentic. So the advantage of this method is it is used in many cases because available data makes it easy to use. And here we may not take so much, we must give importance on hypothesis, which we are using as a must in other experimental research. But here the correlation design is used as the foundation for other designs. It doesn't involve repeated administration of a behavioral measure. Therefore, it avoids the p-test sensitization. It usually uses very realistic measurements of behavior and show the possibility as well. The correlation research avoids the problem of non-representative research. It permits the use of large, carefully chosen sample, thus avoiding the threat of non-representative sample of participant. So this correlation research is also very widely used in our psychological and social research premises, fields. About the disadvantages, the major disadvantage, the major weak point is that this correlation design is that they leave the actual reason for the association found quite unclear. The greatest difficulty or disadvantage is that they say they are associated. Suppose they say the height and body weight, they are associated. They say suppose the beauty and performance associated. Suppose they say the caste and performance is associated, but they do not know the cause. Why they are not able to explain why. Just like taking an assumption, they say, therefore, is a disadvantage. We can't say it is scientific. We can't say it is objective. We simply say they are correlated, but you can't give any reason. Hence, such a conclusion is unwarranted. So here, we say that we believe in prediction, some causal forecasting you can say, but rarely a correlation study allow inferences about cause and effect. It looks like that, but we cannot actually say that this is cause, this is effect. We cannot give with emphasis. The correlation design have a directional problem. Sometimes we cannot say this increases that or that increases that. And here the result, the interpretation may be arbitrary. So here, while going to give a conclusion on the design, we can say that this design has some directional problem. So now we come to the other research, the comparative research design, where we compare two groups. And here, the causal comparative research attempts to identify the causative relationship between the attempt to establish causative. in both these causal comparative and experimental research, they try to establish cause-effect relationship. Both involve comparison, but there are differences between two methods. In the experimental design, researchers select a random sample, but in the causal comparative design, there are no randomly assigned treatment. Group are already assigned earlier. Now here you come to evaluation of the causal comparative research design, and this design has some advantages. For behavioral science, causal comparative research is more fruitful than experimental study because there are a number of organismic variables such as age, gender, etc., which cannot be manipulated by the researcher. Sometimes the nature of the independent variable is such that it may cause physical or mental harm to participants if manipulated. Therefore, the causal comparative research design is more useful than the experimental studies. Experimental studies are mostly causal comparative studies. But in causal comparative research, we permit investigation of variables that cannot or should not be investigated. But despite many key advantages, causal comparative research does have serious limitations. And here, the manipulation of variables is not done by researcher. There is a great lacuna for the causal comparative research. So hence, the cause-effect relationship that you find in causal research studies may not be as accurate as you find in other experimental studies. So as such, we complete this unit. Any question? Any question?
No, sir. ବନଜା ମ୍ୟାଡାମ କଣ କହିବେ ବୋଧେ ଖାତା ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି।
ବନ୍ଧୁଗଣ କହନ୍ତୁ, ବନ୍ଧୁଗଣ କିଏ ସେ? Banaja, I will be happy if you speak something.
No, sir. By mistake, it has raised.
Oh. Anyway, I am very thankful to you all because you have been patiently hearing this. Because I have the experience in the classroom teaching that one design itself can design a lot of discomfort in the faces of the children, classroom students. So we are discussing so many designs here, but you have been patiently hearing. That's a great thing. More so, I'm sure that there may be many doubts in your minds. So do one thing. We have covered first, second, third, 3 blocks or 3 units as you say. 3 days we have covered. Only 1 day waiting. So you complete all these 3 days courses or make a review and write down the questions in a piece of paper from each unit. You write down the questions. Don't feel yourself very uncomfortable in writing that. Be very free. You know, I'm a teacher and teachers are always very, very happy if the students are clarified. So you write down all your questions. You can ask me in the next class. I can take extra 5 minutes time to clarify all your doubts. Or else I have given you my number, phone number. My phone number is my WhatsApp number. So where you can send the question also. You can
Sir,
write,
after-
sir, this is the doubt, this is the doubt we are having. Or I
Sir,
don't
after-
know.
Sir, after
Yes.
after 10 p.m.
After 10 p.m. After
Okay,
10
sir.
p.m., 10 to 1. I wait up to 1 o'clock because I do some counseling also. So I am interested with many other people. If anybody wants any help to counseling, even my other students also who want to be clarified in research areas who are doing research. So from 10 to 1, I have kept for my students. So any question you can write through WhatsApp or you can ask me, I can clarify. Or in the next class, on 12th probably, we're having class on 12th?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
12th one.
on 12th. So there you can also ask me questions. So always try to ask questions. Unless you ask questions, the simple mistake will make you feeling inferior while going further. Right?
Okay, sir.
And one thing I'm telling
Yes,
again,
sir.
I'm again telling,
Okay, sir.
be very comfortable. I'm very, very free. I will be very happy if you are really trying to get clear in your information or you clarify all your doubts. Don't hesitate to ask me.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll stop it here.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
हाँ कौन की
Yes, sir. Yeah, because just sir, मैं कुछ कहना चाहता हूँ सर. Like
हाँ बोलिए बोलिए
लास्ट क्लास को थोड़ा सा ज्यादा टाइम करेंगे क्या आप? मतलब 5 minutes is not sufficient for us.
हाँ मैं आई विल बी गिविंग यू टाइम
And sir, just I really and honestly telling to you, sir, I have lot of uh, not getting the properly lot of things, so that's why.
यू नॉट गेटिंग दी
I am not getting the lot of things, sir. So in research paper, I have experience in 1 year, sir, research in my graduation last year, but it's a very typical subject, so that's why.
यू स्पीकिंग हु आर स्पीकिंग बिकॉज
नहीं सर, मैं ग्रेजुएशन में मेरा रिसर्च हुआ था एक
नहीं कौन
पेपर
बोल
में.
रहे हो आप
विकास बोल रहा हूँ सर, विकास.
हाँ बिकॉज ये हाँ बोलिए तुम तो बोला है
सर,
मुझे बार बार
अरे
तुम क्यों बोलते हैं मुझे मालूम है तुम्हारा क्या क्या जरूरत है मैं कर दूंगा
थैंक यू सो मच सर, बट
हाँ।
क्या कि ओडिया थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम चलता है, तो हिंदी
ओडिया इज नॉट द ओनली लैंग्वेज तो किसी भी लैंग्वेज में बात कर सकेंगे अंग्रेजी में हिंदी में नो प्रॉब्लम
ओके सर. सो द सर
तो
दैट इज द रीजन.
क्लास में भी तुम जब मैं पढ़ाता हूँ तुम्हारा डाउट कोई है था ना तुम डाउट को हिंदी में पूछो नो प्रॉब्लम
Yes, sir. But only one question, sir. Is last thing. May I call to you, sir? Like one day, can we are free, discussion in a seminar type of questions? Because of I am feeling the lot of problem in research. That is the correlational research, not only the quasi experiment, a lot of things is. So
नो
that's
वन
why.
थिंग यू कैन डू ये बात कर सकेंगे मैं तो बहुत बिजी है लेकिन मैं जरूर 1 घंटा तुम्हारे लिए दे दूंगा
Thank you so much, sir. Pleasure meeting to you, sir.
any day in a week you can if you like I can give you 1 week time so that you can clarify your doubts
सर मुझे लगता है कि सर मैं अकेला नहीं बल्कि कि बहुत सारे लोग होंगे कि बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम फेस करेंगे इस रिसर्च पेपर में. अभी तो नहीं सर, लेकिन बाद में पक्का है. सो
ठीक है जो कुछ जिसका कोई कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो प्रॉब्लम मत रखो अपने पास में प्रॉब्लम डिस्कस करो सॉल्व करो इसको
थैंक यू सो मच सर.
बता दीजिए तुम्हारा दोस्त और तुम और दूसरे लोगों को जो having problem not able to ask me
ସାର୍ ଅଫଲାଇନରେ କେବେ ଗୋଟେ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଗୋଟେ କରିଦେଲନି ଅଫଲାଇନରେ କୋଉଠି
ତମେ କିଏ କହୁଛ
ସାର୍ ସୁଜିତ କହୁଥିଲି ସାର୍
ସୁଜିତ ଆଚ୍ଛା ସୁଜିତ ତମେ କଣ କରୁଛ where from you are
ସାର୍ ଆମ୍ ଫ୍ରମ୍ ମାଙ୍କି
ବାଙ୍କିରେ କଣ କହିକି ବିଏ ପାସ୍ କରି ଆସିଛ ଅନର୍ସ ନେଇକିରି ନା କଣ
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍
ଆଉ
ମୁଁ ସାର୍ ଅନର୍ସ ମୋର ଗ୍ରାଜୁଏସନ୍ ସାର୍ କେବେଠୁ କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟ୍ ସରିଲାଣି ସାର୍
ତାପରେ କଣ କରୁଛ ତାପରେ
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍ କିଛି ନାହିଁ ସାର୍
କାହିଁକି ପୁଣି ଏମଏ ପଢିବାକୁ ଆସିଲ କଣ ପାଇଁ
ସାର୍ ମୁଁ ଅଛି ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ କଲେଜରେ ଅଛି ମୁଁ ସାର୍ ମାଙ୍କି କଲେଜରେ ଅଛି ସାର୍ ଡେମୋନ୍ଷ୍ଟ୍ରେଟର ଅଛି ସାଇକେଲ
ଓ ଗୁଡ୍ ବାକିରେ ଜଣେ ଥିଲା ଶରତ କୁମାର
ମହାପାତ୍ର
ମହାପାତ୍ର ଅଛନ୍ତି ଆଉ ସିଏ
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍
क्या
ସେ
करते हो?
ରିଟାୟାର୍ଡ କରିସାରିଲେଣି
ସେ ଆରମ୍ଭ ଥିଲା।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍।
ତାପରେ ଯୁଗଳ ଥିଲେ, ପ୍ରଥମେ
ହଁ
ହେଡ୍ ଥିଲେ।
ଶରତ ସାର୍, ଶରତଚନ୍ଦ୍ର ମହାପାତ୍ର, ବ୍ରହ୍ମାନନ୍ଦ ମହାରାଣା।
ଶରତ ମହାପାତ୍ର ଭଲ ଟ୍ୟାଲେଣ୍ଟେଡ୍ ଲୋକଟା।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍।
ଆଉ ସିଏ ତୁମର ସବୁ ଲେକ୍ଚର ମାନେ ଥିଲେ କେତେ, ତାଙ୍କଠୁ ବି ବେଟର ସେଟ୍ ତାର।
ଯୁଗଳ ସାର୍
ଭଲ
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଥିଲେ।
ଜାଣିଛି ତ ବାଙ୍କିର ହିଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ଜାଣିଛି ସବୁ।
Yes, sir.
ଏନିୱେ ତୁମର ଭଲ ହେଲା, ତୁମେ ଆସିଛ ବାଙ୍କି ଅଛି ଭଲ। ଅନଲାଇନ୍ ତ ଚାଲିଛି, ଅଫଲାଇନ୍ ତ ତୁମେ କହୁନ ବେଟରରେ ସବୁ
ସାର୍ ସମସ୍ତେ ସାର୍ ଗ୍ରୁପରେ ସମସ୍ତେ କୁହନ୍ତୁ ସାର୍ କେଉଁ ଦିନ ଗୋଟେ
କହୁନ ଅଫଲାଇନ୍ ଗୋଟେ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ନେଇଯିବି ମୁଁ। ତେଣୁ ତାଙ୍କୁ ରିକ୍ୱେଷ୍ଟ କର ଯେ ଆମକୁ 1 ଡେ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ, ସବୁ ଅଫଲାଇନ୍ ସବୁ ପଢ଼େଇଦେବି। ମାନେ ଯେଉଁ ହରେଶ ମିଶ୍ର ପଢ଼େଇଥିବ କି ଅନେକ ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ୍ ପଢ଼େଇଥିବେ କି ଯାହା ପଢ଼େଇଥିବେ ସବୁ ତୁମର ପଢ଼େଇଥିବେ ସବୁ, ତୁମ ଯଦି କେଉଁଠି କ'ଣ ଡାଉଟ୍ ଥିବ ସବୁ କହିଦେବି ମୁଁ। ଖାଲି ମୋ ପାଠ ନୁହେଁ, ତୁମର ଏନି ଭାବୁଛି ଯାହା ଯିଏ ପଢ଼ିଛନ୍ତି ଷ୍ଟାଟିଷ୍ଟିକ୍ସରେ କି ଅନ୍ୟ କେଉଁଥିରେ ଯାହା ପଢ଼ିଛନ୍ତି, ତ ଡାଉଟ୍ ଥିବ ମୁଁ କହିଦେବି, କ୍ଲିୟର୍ ହେଇଯିବ। ହେଲା, ହ୍ୟାଲୋ।
ଓକେ ସାର୍, ଓକେ ସାର୍।
ତ ତୁମର ଯଦି କିଛି ଡାଉଟ୍ ଥିବ, କିଛି ଡୋଣ୍ଟ ବି ଅନହ୍ୟାପି। ତ ଯେତେ ବନଜା ଆର୍ ୟୁ ଦେୟାର ଅର୍ ୟୁ ଲେଫ୍ଟ?
No, sir, I'm here.
Oh, I see. Very good. Banja, you are from which place?
Sir, I'm from Bhubaneswar.
Bhubaneswar. From which college you passed?
Sir, I have I have passed from FM College, Baleswar. I'm married here, and
Okay.
it is my in-laws' house.
Oh, after marriage, you are reading a master degree again.
Yes, yes, sir.
Thank you for your love to psychology.
Thank you, sir.
Very good. That's very good, Banaja. I'm happy that you, despite your problems in in-laws' house, so
Yes,
much time
yes.
you are not getting time, all these things.
Yeah, yeah.
Still, there you are interested. You are being
Yes,
really.
yes, I'm interested, really.
Yes, yes, yes. You are a source of encouragement to others also. To me also.
Yes.
I am encouraged by
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Then Anukya, who is Anukya? I'm seeing one name, Anukya.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Anukya, you are from which place?
Sir, I'm from Jharsuguda, western side.
Oh, Jharsuguda.
Yes, sir.
Jharsuguda. The far up place. Good. Acha. You passed from which college? Graduation?
Graduation I've done in physics honors from Lakshmi Narayan College, Ellen College.
Which college?
Ellen College, Lakshmi Narayan College.
In Odisha?
Yes, sir. Ellen College, Jharsuguda, Lakshmi Narayan College.
I'm not able to hear properly from you because you are speaking so slow. You are speaking like a little school girl.
Yes, sir. My age is only 23.
Okay, okay. You are reading psychology, MA. Why?
Sir, I am from science background, but I mean, no, I don't know about the psychology. I'm very new to this. A little bit interested in all these things, so I prefer this subject.
Okay, okay. If you are you love psychology, then you are interested, then good.
To know something more better about it.
Very good, very good, very good. But no problem. You came for science.
Yes, sir, I'm physics. My background is full science.
Oh, good. I also came from science.
Oh, sir.
In those days, actually,
But
we came from science. That's why we did well. I was the rank 1 in that university. In Odisha also, in one university there in my times. So coming from science is not a problem. You will do better. No problem.
yes, sir, I am trying my best, sir.
Okay, good. Sujit is here. Sujit, you are from? Sujit, you are here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You are from which place?
Sir, Banki, sir.
Banki, sir.
You are Banki, right? Acha. Rupali is here.
Yes, sir.
Rupali from which place?
I am from Khordha, Kalupada.
Kadupada.
Yes, sir.
Oh, very good. Kadupada is famous for something like that.
Seko.
Seko, right. You passed from which college?